No one goes to Hank's for spreadsheets. They go for a darn good pizza. Lately, though, the shop's been quiet, so Hank decides to bring back the $1 slice. He asks Copilot in Microsoft Excel to look at his sales and costs and help him see if he can afford it. Copilot shows Hank where the money's going and which little extras make the dollar slice work. Now Hank has a line out the door. Hank makes the pizza, Copilot handles the spreadsheets. Learn more at m365copilot.com/work.
At first, I didn't think it was real. I woke up to this blinding light, and I was transported to another place. Pluto TV! Then I heard a voice.
Come with me if you want to live.
There were thousands of movies and shows, and they were all free.
The truth is our Serena.
It's just so beautiful.
On Pluto TV, free streaming of Terminator 2, Fringe, Arrow, The 100, and The X-Files may cause excitement, loss of sleep, and sudden belief in extraterrestrials. No credit cards or alien encounters necessary. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
When you're taking on the tough jobs, gear up with Venom steel gloves and defend your hands from grime, grease, and muck. They're 70% thicker than common disposable gloves with heavy-duty 2-layer nitrile protection, including a black outer layer and a white inner layer that provides chemical and rip resistance. Great for all your painting, plumbing, automotive, and DIY projects.
I've been stress eating. Do you have any tips for changing this habit? This is JJ Virgin, 4-time New York Times bestselling author, celebrity nutrition expert, and fitness Hall of Famer. I've been on a lifelong quest for answers to the toughest health questions. And now I'm sharing what I found with you. Welcome to Ask the Health Expert. Caitlin from Facebook asks, I've been stress eating. Do you have any tips for changing this habit? Hey, it's JJ, and I've got Serena Poon here today to answer this question. She's a Le Cordon Bleu trained chef, certified nutritionist, and Reiki master to the Hollywood elite. She started by creating contemporary meals, nutrition plans, and menus for the likes of everyone from Jerry Bruckheimer to Kerry Washington to Sean P. Diddy Combs. Her passion for integrative health and holistic nutrition led her to create Culinary Alchemy, a method of functional and spiritual nutrition that integrates how food affects our bodies on a physiological and energetic level. She's also a crazy good gift giver. I've gotten some of my favorite crystals from her. We'll be right back to answer this question, so stay with me.
So, if we nourish our bodies regularly, we will be less prone to stress-induced cravings. You know, in my practice of culinary alchemy, I teach people that food is the energy of love and nourishment. You know, on the flip side, stress carries with it the energy of fear and panic. So if you eat a balanced diet that is overflowing with plants and plant foods and everything is prepared with the intention of love, you can actually help your body and your mind feel nourished and grounded, which can actually help reduce cravings. So I really believe that developing a mindfulness practice can help manage stress eating when that pops up. I quite often recommend taking time to learn breathing exercises, grounding practices or movements that can really help you ease stress when life is relatively normal and it's sort of that normal daily stress. But of course, you know, when you experience times of high stress, you'll need other tools to kind of simmer back down and get yourself grounded and relax and recenter. So just with most things, you know, learning to address stress in a way that will support your health and nourish your body is a journey. So I would say kind of be gentle with yourself, show yourself some patience and self-love, because these are the foundations for why you may be triggered to reach for food and to reach for that stress eating type of behavior. I think that one of the best things that we can do from a physical place to change this habit is staying very hydrated. So hydration is something that I talk about all the time, not just because it helps our body function better from a physical place, but it's also fundamental for proper energy flow. So when you're dehydrated, the energy within your body, within your energetic body is stagnant, which causes stress. In your energetic body, it can cause brain fog. It can cause physical stressors. So, drinking lots of water and staying well hydrated is important on a regular basis, but even more so during stressful times, because that's when we find ourselves stress eating and indulging more. And so when our bodies are properly hydrated, our metabolism, our digestion, our natural detoxification, mental acuity, everything just functions better, and we're able to properly absorb nutrients. So that way, when we are eating something that is, healthy, or we're fueling our body on a normal basis, when we're hydrated, we're actually able to fully absorb those nutrients. And those nutrients, especially if there's something like adaptogens and other things that we've talked about, can help balance out our body and prevent us from stress eating. So hydration is one. I would say, again, mindfulness is huge. So try to decompress daily, whether or not you are meditating or doing a breathing exercise or just taking a moment a few times a day to disconnect from what you're doing and center yourself. That has proven to be beneficial for long-term health and wellness. And quite often it just takes a couple minutes a day. A great place to start is the 4-4-4 breathing exercise that I teach most all my clients, and I'm, constantly sharing. And some people look at it as box breathing, but it's just a type of paced breathing that can really reduce your stress in seconds. So before reaching for something that might be just comfort food, something with sugar or fat, something that isn't good for you, but you're wanting to stress eat, try just taking a moment and taking a breath, and just taking a breath to the count of 4, a deep breath, down to the pit of your stomach, and just hold it there for 4 counts. And then you release it for 4 counts. So, and then you take a pause for, 4 to 6 counts, and then you breathe again deep to the count of 4. So if you do this 4 or 5 times, often you can reduce your stress. You can reduce your stress in seconds just by doing that. And it's simple, effective. It can be done anywhere, anytime. And breathwork, as we know, really helps calm down the nervous system. It shifts us from a sympathetic state to a parasympathetic state so that we can make better decisions, and we can choose not to reach for unhealthy comfort foods that is usually indicative of stress eating. Another thing I would say is, to really try and connect with nature every day if you can, even if it's for 10 or 15 minutes. Sit in the sun when you first wake up in the morning, kind of take in that vitamin D and help your body wake up naturally. Taking a walk sometimes in the middle of the day can really help calm your nervous system, and it can help reduce stress so you don't reach for unhealthy foods when you're stress eating. And sometimes stress eating might not even be unhealthy foods, but it's the notion that you're reaching to eat something because you're feeling stress, and your body may not be needing any foods at that moment. It might not need any nutrients, whether they're healthy or unhealthy. So spending some time in nature is a great way to help improve symptoms of anxiety, stress, even depression. And I would say that, getting more sleep is another helpful tip that can affect whether or not you stress eat. So, lack of sleep can really exacerbate the body's stress response. It can weaken our immune system. It can disrupt our gut health, and it can completely throw our hormones out of balance and just out of whack. And having a lack of sleep tends to lead to amplified emotions, feelings of stress and anxiety. And if you're allowing yourself to get enough sleep, more than likely you are helping yourself stay in a more calm state and less likely to feel stress and anxiety, and less likely to reach for foods and less likely to go and stress eat. So even just an extra half hour or an hour that you set aside to mindfully get good quality sleep could be something that's very helpful, not just for stress eating, for a lot of things, but definitely for stress eating. And then I would say eating a variety of vegetables and fruit. I always talk about eating the rainbow, and vegetables and fruit in moderation because of the sugar levels, but vegetables just deliver such a wide array of healthy phytonutrients that really nourish your body and support your overall system and your overall health. And when you're eating in that balanced way, when you're supporting your body, your overall body in that way with as many colors of the rainbow as possible so that you're reaching the whole spectrum of nutrients, you'll find yourself much more balanced and much more in a state of receiving, which is important for digestion, which is important for your mind, and important for stress, important for just feeling grounded. So those are a few ways that I think are very helpful to change the habit of stress eating.
This is JJ with Ask the Health Expert. I do this 5 times a week, so make sure you never miss a show by going to subscribetojj.com.